So student, next topic is connective tissue. Okay, as the name indicates, this tissue connects various tissues together in any organ. It is categorized by the number of cells, large intercellular spaces, ground substance, matrix is present, cells are there, okay, and white and yellow fibers are present. White fibers which are rigid in nature, rigid means tough, okay, yellow fibers which are elastic in nature, okay. So these three structure are the characteristic of connective tissue. Cells are there, matrix, ground substance is there, matrix means ground substance, then fibers are there which are again categorized into white fiber and yellow fiber. Again student, connective tissues are categorized into three types, okay, proper connective tissues or connective tissue proper you can say, supportive connective tissues and fluid connective tissue. First one, proper connective tissue. They are again categorized into five types: irregular tissue, adipose tissue, tendons, ligaments and reticular, okay. So first one, irregular tissue, okay. This is the basic and most abundant type of connective tissue. In the matrix of this tissue are scattered three types of cells. First one, amoeboid cells which are phagocytic in nature. Phagocytic means they kill the germs, okay. The next one is fibrocyte, they secrete the fibers, and then last one, mast cell, that secrete the matrix, okay. Mast cells in this tissue are concerned with allergy, okay. Now next to this is tendons, okay. Tendons, they are the white fibers connective tissue, okay. Tendons are the part of white fibrous connective tissue. And what is the function of tendons? They attach muscles to the bones. Now next to this is yellow fibrous connective tissue. Ligaments are the example of yellow fibrous connective tissue. Yellow fibrous connective tissue, they are elastic in nature and they connect one bone with the another. Next to this is adipose tissues. Adipose tissues, they helps in the storage of fat, okay. They store fat. The cells are called adipocytes. So these adipose tissues are formed by the adipocyte cells, okay. Then what is the location of adipose tissue? It is found in the layer below the skin, around the heart, brain and below the eyeballs, where it provide protection, okay, means it provide cushion like texture and shock absorb, and it absorb the shock, okay. Now next one is reticular. So student, reticular tissues, okay, they are found in lymph and tonsils, and they reticular tissue in bone marrow helps in the formation of blood carb cells. Blood carb cells means blood cells, means RBCs, WBCs and platelets, okay. Now next to this is supportive connective tissue. Supportive connective tissues means skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissues are again categorized into bone and cartilage. So student, first one is cartilage. This tissue is elastic, harder than connective tissue proper but softer than bone, okay. So they are elastic in nature because of presence of a protein, and that protein is known as chondrin. That protein is known as chondrin, okay. Then some inorganic salts in the solid matrix are present fluid filled space. That fluid filled space is known as lacunae, okay. So lacunae contains cartilage forming cells, and these cartilage forming cells are known as chondrocytes, okay. Now next to this is bone. So it is the hardest connective tissue. The matrix of bone is very hard because of the presence of salt, okay, and it contains protein. The name of the protein is osine, okay. The protein is osine. Then the matrix is present, in the solid matrix are present longitudinal canals, and these longitudinal canals are known as Haversian canal, okay. The matrix is present in form of layers called lamellae. the lacunae contain bone forming cells, and these bone forming cells are known as osteocytes. Okay, bone forming cells are called osteocytes, whereas cartilage forming cells are called chondrocytes. Okay, now next to this is fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue, this one is also known as vascular tissue. Okay, so vascular tissue is categorized into blood and lymph. Okay, blood, the base substance of blood is in liquid form, and that matrix is known as plasma. Plasma contain three type of cell. First one RBC, second one WBC, last one platelets. RBCs, they are having one protein. The name of the protein is hemoglobin, which is having oxygen carrying capacity, whereas WBCs, they fight against diseases. That is why they are known as soldiers of the body. Okay, and how they provide protection against diseases? By producing antibodies. Okay, now next to this is platelets. Okay, now next to this is platelets. Platelets helps in the clotting of blood. Okay, you should know the other name of RBCs, WBCs and platelets. RBCs are also known as erythrocytes, WBCs are also known as leukocytes, and these platelets are also known as thrombocyte. Now next to this is lymph. Okay, so this blood contain plasma, and this plasma contain these three cells and also blood protein. Okay, and what is lymph? Lymph is filled in the intercellular spaces, means various cells are there, and in between these cells there is a fluid filled. That filled fluid is known as lymph. So ultimately student, lymph is a blood without blood protein and RBC. Okay, means this lymph contain WBCs and platelets, and that is why it also provide protection to our body. Okay.